No, I don't think I can make the microphone louder because I think it will start overtuning at that point. Like, it's right at the range where it is supposed to be fine. That's at least what the uh, system tells me here. Yeah, yeah. Audio should be fine. Okay, let's go. So we have two new divisions. Let's start with them. We have VTK 40K, Verfügungstruppenkommando 43. And this is a division that is based around the military school, basically, and the instructors on over there at the training center, and all the reservists mobbed together with them from the area, and like the recruits from the center that are just pushed to the front line, basically. And we have the similar thing on the other side with the 71st guards, or not guards, only the 71st tank division on the Soviet side. And both of these have a lot of reservist tank and a good amount of instructor tanks, and also some instructor infantry with a lot of reservist infantry. And BTK really, it has the potential to become basically a new second Panzer Grenadier in my eyes. It does not have the forward deployment. That's obviously what's holding it back. Yeah, outside of that, really good logistics tab here for one cost slot. A good two cost slot here as well. You have a really cool looking supply truck here that really shows you that it is carrying supplies. A lot of shells here being transported. I like that. Looks good. And yeah, then you have the Munga CV, which is usually your go-to CV, and then the M577 for the artillery. So the more important parts are the infantry and the tank tab. With the infantry tab allowing you a lot of good stuff. Yes, the third video is going to be about buffs and nerfs, and it's going to be out tomorrow. So yeah, the Heimatjäger's going to be around here. Heimatjäger Jagdkommando, really interesting. You only get the Reserve-Pioniere, and as you can see, the SMGs got a 10% accuracy nerf again. I believe. Yeah, they should have gotten that. So they are not quite as strong anymore, but they're still pretty good. Like the Uzis are still quite nice. No, patch notes are not out. Patch notes always are only out when at launch. Like Eugen is never sending out the patch notes beforehand, and there's also content creators also not allowed to show the patch notes themselves before the patch. We are allowed to talk about changes in the builds that we have at hand and stuff like that, but we are not allowed to directly show the patch notes. So yeah, Hamad Yak commando here on the other side, as they are still subject to change and so on, and I mean, we already all know that there are still often enough issues still when they come out, and yeah, obviously that's already a version that has been reworked, so they are worked on until a couple of minutes before launch. Yeah, that's why they don't launch them previously. And yeah, we have Heimatjäger with Carl Gustav. We have Heimatjäger with Panzerfaust, saving us another 5 points. So this is really nice. And then you have a really nice instructor unit that takes the reservist away from these and makes them 1 wet. And then you have a 3 availability Heimatjägerführer that has smoke as well. So you have 2 good units of smoke for your big infantry blob, together with a Heimatjäger Jagdkommando with Handflammenpatrone, to get your infantry up to 2 wet, and at the same time give them smoke. So that is quite nice. And yeah, then we have the Panzer Grenadiers in the best German IV, the Marder 1A3 with Milan launcher. So that is quite nice as well. The good Panzer Grenadiers Marder 183 currently only in 2nd and in 11th armored. So yeah, getting them here in VTK is quite nice as well. And then you have Milan 2 launchers and your Milan 1 launcher. And the Munga with M40 on the rear. And yeah, artillery, you don't get M110s, you only get M109s. Only one card as well, so can't even use an upvetted card here really, because you want to have the 2. You can upvet the last now. That is an interesting option to at least use the aim time and the time between shots. So I believe that's more something for the divisions that get 2 cards of last as well, as 2 Lars together can do a good work. And for a 6 Panzer Grenadier, for example, that could be an interesting play. I don't think it's really an interesting play here. And then, yeah, the 105mm here going around as well. And you have the Tempella and the Panzer Mörser going in. And then the infantry tab, I think, is really strong because of its efficiency. And the tank tab adds on top of that in efficiency and also adds really good top end. So this tank tab, in my eyes, one of the best that we have seen so far in the game. Let me know, guys, what you think. Yeah, YouTube chat, Twitch chat. I will see you both. And yeah, what do you think? How good is this tank tab? Are you with me here? Yeah, we have the Kanoniak Panzer as reservist. One of 2 reservist tank lines. The other one is the M48. M48, already a decent tank, can come in at 1 vet. That is nice as well. And now you get an Instructor tank on top with the Leopard 183A1. It is 9 frontal armor. It only has a 17 pen round, but still decent pen round here. Only costs you 90 points, and it gets the buff onto the M48A2, meaning that they go up to 2 vet and lose the reservist trait. And they fit perfectly together. 1,925 meter range, 1,925 meter range. So 2 or 3 of the M48s go really well with one of these. And then if you want to upvet them even further to 3 vet, you put an M48A behind it. And then they have the Instructor trait. They have the buff. They have the buff from the leader. So they are 3 vet. And they have the buff that they recover morale faster from the Instructor as well. And if you want to add on top of that, you cannot do it here because they don't have military police. But in team games, then put the military police unit there to your M48s. And they just are basically unstunnable. So that's 1/2 of the division, or 1/3 of the tank tab. The other one is the Jaguar 2, which is a fantastic ATGM unit. A TOW2, fantastic ATGM, obviously. And with 6 frontal armor, it means that it can survive tank shots quite often from even long ranges from good tanks. It can survive all the smaller ATGMs, like all the Milan 1s and the Fagots and so on cannot one-shot kill it. So that is nice as well. It has smoke, and it has mediocre stealth at least. And then the other part of the tank part, like the last third, is Leopard 1A6 as Instructor tank. 3,275 meter range with a 20 penetration gun. A good tank on its own already at 2 vet. 11 frontal armor, slightly better because of the extra armor here all around. And with the main gun, really good killer of light tanks and light vehicles. And obviously goes well together with your Leo 2s. So if you take your Leo 2 A4Bs and Ds at 1 vet, that gets them up to 2 vet. And then if you bring your Leo 2 A4B leader next to them, you have your Leo 2s at 3 vet. And then those Leo 2s are absolute beasts. They are then at 80% accuracy. They are basically unstunnable. And they have a good rate of fire at that point as well. So this should be a lot of fun. It's a division about plops. Like, you have your infantry plops with leaders, you have your tank tabs, tank plop with leaders. You have to play around the leaders, the enemy has to play around the leaders. It is not super simple, but I believe it's really powerful. And yeah, the M48s, just with sheer volume of fire, should be decent enough at fire support. And then you, on top of that, have the second best NATO tank. Maybe even the best NATO tank, because it's more agile, though. Like the M1A1HA, yeah, it's not quite there, but it is close. 18 frontal armor, 21 pen, high speed. great accuracy. Like, this goes to up to 85% accuracy if you put a leader and an instructor next to it. So, plus it has 8 side armor, so the two main weaknesses of the normal Leopard 2 A4 family are removed, and that is it gets one-shotted from front hits from air-to-ground missiles, and it gets sideshot one-shot killed by pretty pen ATGMs like Conquerors, and one-shot killed by tanks getting too close from the side and getting a shot off. With 8 frontal armor, you are safe against that. Obviously, high-end ATGMs still one-shot you, but that's the same for all tanks. So, this is quite nice. It's, yeah, 290 price. Like, yeah, it has the side armor upgrade here over the Layer 2 A4C. So, yeah, really, really good tank. And a nice little addition to the family. Then, in the Recon tab, you get great stuff as well. Slots are really tight. You get the Alouette, you get the OH-1D HES with the headphones on the side, listening in onto the enemy and getting the sick int out of that. Those radars look fantastic. I love it. That's NATO really building for aesthetics. Act just building for functionality, NATO building for aesthetics. So, and then we have the Radaufklärungspanzer 91-2, which currently has exceptional optics that is subject to change. Likely gonna either happen before the patch or right after the patch in the first hotfix, as it is a fire radar, and yeah, it likely will go down to the good optics. Maybe we have to talk about making them in general very good optics, those vehicles, but yeah, will likely go down to good optics, and then yeah, because then the price point is justified as well. Currently at 30 points, obviously for an exceptional optics, this is with smoke, really, really strong. But yeah, we'll see. I'm off there. Not great on their own, but good if you have an instructor close by. And really good with the plop. So one more unit for the plop can tank the shots and can fight if you have a leader or an instructor close by. Aufklärer doing normal Aufklärer things, not great. Hands of Horse 44, not the best AT launcher. Or one of the classic 35 4-man 1MG recon squads that we have in nearly every nation. And then we have the Lux A1. Not the greatest nowadays either. I feel like they're a bit overpriced. They got nerfed quite a lot in the early days of 1.0, like both in availability and price. By now, I feel like they're really on the low end when it comes to autocannon recon vehicles, because the 20mm autocannon is just damn terrible. 2 frontal armor is not that great either, and their off-road speed is not good either. So Lux A1 suffering a bit there. I would like to see them maybe go up in availability to 532. Like that would be the way to buff them. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents there. And then we have the Aufklärungsmarder 1A3 with the Milan 2 as the first Marder with a Milan 2 launcher, plus it trades its infantry carrying capabilities for more missiles as well. So it has 8 Milan 2s. Also, really good looking model. Like, really, really good looking model. I absolutely love how good this thing looks. And then we have the MG3 there next to it as well. And yeah, but the good thing is the 5 frontal armor and the Milan 2, meaning that you can survive a hit from a Milan 1 or Conquerors and a good couple of medium tanks without dying, but still being able to one-shot a lot of things out there as well. This thing can survive autocannon fire and so on a lot better. Like the change in frontal armor is a big jump up from the Bradley. Like, that's the big thing about the Marder 1A3. So I think the price is justified at 1 out of 10. And then we have the AA tab, where we have the Gepard 1A1s, we have the iHawks, and we have a BU-105 ESH-1, which is a Stinger helicopter, but the BO is a one-armed bandit. It lost its second arm here, and only has 2 Stinger posts, unlike the other AA helicopters on the NATO side that usually have 4. So that's a big limitation factor. You don't have that many AA slots. So yeah, this is going to be quite interesting. Fliegerfeld, 20mm, Zwillinge, all should be quite nice. And yeah, then we have the BO-105 BAH 1A1 and BAH 1 with the Hot 1 and the Hot 2 missiles. Classics by now as well. I love that one of them has them just in a line and the other one has them staggered. But yeah, both good helicopters. And you have 2 good slots there as well to put them in. And in the air tab, we have F4Es, which are a bit overpriced, it feels like. Like, they have the 30% ECM. They have a long range missile, which is the first for Germany. For West Germany, that is. And they are looking good. Absolutely love the looks. The issue is they fire the worst kind of AM7 missile that we have seen so far, the AM7E. 40% accuracy, and only 3 of them. And they are 15 points more expensive than their American counterpart, which has 5 missiles that are better. It has 20% less ECM than the German variant, but it has 5 missiles that are better than the 3 missiles that we have here. So, yeah. The truth is that likely the American F4 is still one of the best tanks ever, best planes ever, and best fighters out there. Even at 185 points, it was cheaper back in the day. But yeah, it should likely go up to 190, 195 points. But on the other side, this should just match it in price. Like the 10% ECM mean that it might be just as good, losing 10% accuracy on the missiles basically, but it also loses a bit of range. Like this actually maybe even should be 5 points cheaper. But yeah, they should be meeting at 190, 195 points. Then we have the F4F with the great AM9LE sidewinders, which are nearly as good as the AM9Ms. They only have a bit less range, but they have the fantastic accuracy there. So this is a quite nice one. And then we have the F4F 82, which comes with the AGM 65B Mavericks, which are unfortunately the 65Bs, because Germany didn't get the Gs. So they are only 50% accuracy as well. Not the greatest there, but you get 4 AM9Ls on it. So, yeah. Good loadouts here in that regard. All of that next to 30% ECM airframe here as well. The VTK really looking good. What is your favorite unit in this division so far, guys? Yeah, Nayak Commando looks quite nice. It's 60 points. It's not completely cheap, but the combo is nice. And the Fachlehrergruppe looks pretty solid as well. 35 points only, so that's quite strong. Oh yeah, the Alpha Jets. I missed the Alpha Jets. Those are actually good Alpha Jets. I jumped directly to the F4E because that was a real novelty, but the Alpha Jets actually quite nice as well. 30% ECM, and that's a new thing for Alpha Jets as well. So they are decently survivable against anything missile. And you also get one with good amount of bombs and one with a good amount of cluster. So against enemies that haven't set up good air defenses yet, you can just run them over with these clusters and HE bombers in the early game. So the enemy always has to be on their toes when it comes to AA setup. Otherwise, you can just bomb them into smithereens really cheaply because you can get 2 of them per minute, or 2 of them and a rocket with just a bit above 1 minute's income. So this can overwhelm an enemy air defense real quick if you kill an enemy AA unit or so. And that really kind of creates nostalgia in not the best way, like memories, I guess. Triggers memories from Second Panzer Grenadiers when the Harriers were super cheap. So that's one of the reasons why I think this division has a lot of potential to end up on at least like after minute 2, where it isn't quite as good because it does not have the forward deployment of Second Panzer Grenadier. But right after that, being on par or even being in some degrees, some sections better than 2nd Panzergrenadier. Was in its prime and is currently still being strong division. So this division for sure has the chances of being a powerhouse. And yeah, the Layer 2 1A6 is really fancy little unit. It looks just so wrong and just so right in the at the same time. So this is quite nice. And then on the other side, I think we have a really good Soviet division at hand as well. And yeah, I feel like both of these divisions are nicely unique as well with the Instructor game mechanic and so on, really fully implemented in these. Like TKS already had the infantry part of it, and HDR London got a good part of the tank bit as well, but not quite on the same level that we get them here. So it's really cool to see this mechanic now being worked on and fleshed out. And in this division, it really is a big part of the gameplay as well. We start with a cool looking antenna BTR. We have a SIL 135 Snap, really big low transport as well, 2000 supply. We have a Ural, we have a Chaika, we have a Belazor. So pretty classic so far. And then we have an absolutely stupid infantry tab. Stupid in, like, it just is going to send stuff in your face. Like, not in a bad way stupid, necessarily, but just stupid. So you have reservist Lamia 30mm, you have reservist 7.6mm, a tanker. And with the SGM here, well, this might not even be World War II relic. This is looking like a World War I relic. Like this is a World War II MG, isn't it? The SGM. So that is quite interesting. Yeah, 19. No, in service 1943 actually. Okay, interesting. 1940. Interesting. Like this mount looks like a World War II one way, but you have more World War II relics here with the, or not quite, but nearly, with the RP-46s coming around on the Prish Pulamachiki. Like any Pulamachiki, they have 3, but they are militia and reservist. So they also get a really, really interesting transport. A 25-point BMP-1. So this really is a division that goes all out. Classic Soviet metal doctrine with a lot of BMP-1s that can flood into your face. For 50 points, you get a 7-man squad and a BMP-1. And then for 55 points, you get Reservisti with an RPG 18 and in a BMP-1. And you get 8 of them per card at 1 vet, which means you can have your Reservisti, if you put them next to an Instructori and your Reservisti Comrade, up to 3 vet as a 30-point infantry. So they lose the Reservist as well, so they're just a normal 3 vet infantry if you have them fighting next to a Reservisti and an Instructori. So this is kind of funny. Doesn't quite work for the Pulamachiki because they are militia formation. The Prishivniki, same thing. They are militia as well, coming around here with a Mosin Nagant, and they can come in a BTR 50 BK, so they can go down to 50 per card per unit as well. So you can flood in 5 infantry squads here easily per minute, and even save a bit of change. And this is quite nice. You don't have the forward deployment, and you don't have the missile spam that DivMob has in these divisions, so that's the part where I believe they still are balanced to some degree. But I believe they will be both strong. Like, yeah, I'm not quite sure where they will end up. Like, VTK has for sure some S tier vibes in it. I feel like this division is a good A tier. Reservisti here, getting around with the RPG 7VM, good unit as well, 8-man squad. Issue with the Soviets is that they always only have 1 MG there. The Prishivniki at least have a sniper next to it. But obviously, yeah. And then you have the Prish Saperi. which have a double flamer, and the amazing thing about them is their transport. The BTR 855, and yeah, this is the cool stuff. Basically, I don't like the kangaroos for the Canadians in SD3, SD2, and SD and no 44 as well. BTR 55 with the Dushka M on top, heavy MG here. Yeah, they have them in SD and 44 as well, right? Yeah, they do. Then we have the UARTs 452s moving around as well, or as a really cute little transport, only in this division here. So Eugen really added a lot of models with this Nemesis. Like, it is 2 nations that we already know, so they don't have to add new voice lines or so, but the new models that they added are quite nice. And then we have the Saperi, which move around as per usual, and the Sapari RPO. No reservists on these guys, so they're just normal priced. We have a B11 and the Fagot, and then the Instructor that you get 2 of with BMP1s and BMP2s. So really nice there. So this is really nice. And yeah, then we come to the artillery tab, which is just Kratz with a lot of World War II vintage artillery pieces. The good old M30 with 9 penetration, 1,575 meter range, 25% accuracy heat round. So yeah, if this thing ever fires at your tank, if this thing ever kills the vehicle with direct fire, your enemy did something massively wrong, and you did something massively wrong because you let this thing get in range of anything in the first place. Like, you both messed up if this thing gets a vehicle kill. Like, it's an absolute joke that this thing has heat rounds, but it's a good one. As an artillery piece, it's actually kind of okay because it's dirt cheap. 122mm. Then you have your D1, really short range, 152mm artillery piece with a slightly better heat round. At least it has decent range and okay penetration. And then the BS3, which is actually also a really good anti-tank gun, created to kill King Tigers, and really good in Steel Division. Not quite as good here. So not terrible either. We know them from 157th. Well, only the M30 here is new. The others we know from 157th already, but the BS3 has at least a good anti-tank round. The issue is it's still counted as an artillery, so it's getting killed faster, actually. And yeah, can kill off a unit at 1,925 meters, so outranges autocannon vehicles also trying to rush it, so that can be nice. But you don't want to use it as a frontline anti-tank gun that sometimes can use artillery. You want to use it as an artillery that, if need be, can shoot at an enemy vehicle. And then you have your 82mm and your 120mm artillery pieces here. So those are quite nice as well. And then we have the tank tab, which is a wild mix in all the good ways in my eyes. Like, this is what I want to see in the Soviet tank tab. I want to see my T-55s, I want to see my T-62s, and I want to see a lot of era slapped on the T-72. So it gives me everything. T-54s here as the really cheap reservist tank that you can improve with Instructors. T-55As has the same thing with penetrating rounds, so you can really push close in there. You don't have any smoke on any of these reservist tanks. So for smoke, you have to use your Instructors. Your leaders don't have any smoke either here. But once more, you can take them at 1 vet, then put an Instructor next to them, then put a leader next to them, and then you have a reservist tank that is no longer reservist and is 3 vet. And then you have your 60-point T-54B at 3 vet. At which point it actually has a realistic rate of fire of like 9 rounds per minute, where it is actually combat capable. T-54B has the Dushka and the PKTs, so decent fire support. T-62, on the other hand, is a lot better against vehicles because it has 18 penetration heat rounds. We already know them from Dawn. Here they're even a bit cheaper. Once more, similar to VTK, you want to use them as plops. Both of these divisions are about creating like individual plops with a couple of forces like the Superior RPOs and so on to keep, or the 30mm grenade launchers, to keep the enemy off the flanks. In this deck, it will be the recon unit as well, Malyutka piece. And then in between, you have your infantry plop and your tank plops. You can build one plop per minute, so like it's not that hard to create multiple smaller formations of multiple units across the map, and then move around with them and finish off the enemy. The T-62 options here, both decent. This one has penetrating rounds, this one has seed rounds. Both have their roles basically to play. This one has a Dushka as well, and then you have the slightly higher range one, which goes well. The C-64 OBR is the instructor for these guys. And then the T-62A goes well with the T-62 OBR. That's the T-72 instructor goes well with the T-62 OBR 75, as both have 2,100 range with decent penetration. And then you have a tank that has instructor trait as well. Thing is, though, you kind of don't want to use it next to other tanks, and that's the T-72B OBR 89 instructor, which fires this severe missile and has 20 frontal armor and has the era trait. So this is a fantastic missile launcher. It's not that great as a tank gun. The gun is not terrible with 20 pen, though. That's still a 2,100 range one with 8 rate of fire. So fantastic survivability on this. Super annoying to deal with anything lighter that the Severe can just target at 2,800 range and just knock out. So you really have to push it basically with heavy tanks, or kill it with air or artillery, or at least soften it up, and then just run on top of it, and that really makes this thing super annoying to deal with. Well, yeah, it has lower accuracy, lower speed on the main gun, and yeah, that's so the much lower speed than the Leo 2A4D. I would argue the Leo 2A4D with the higher rate of fire, with the way better accuracy, and a main gun that actually can engage on all ranges is the better tank still, but the 89 instructor here is still a really good vehicle nonetheless. Like, both are absolute fantastic top tier tanks in different playstyles though. And yeah, this one also can be nice behind the plop, but you don't want to keep it that close to the plop usually. So as an instructor, it's not really there to do the job. That's for these two to do. So you get 3 cards of this, which is kind of the crazy part about it. So you can kind of play the deck around that alone. Recon tab, really good as well. First of all, you get this thing, which feels underpriced. We'll see if it stays this price. I kind of doubt it in the long term, as it's a 15-point jammer unit with very good optics. So it's not even only having good optics on its own, it can see just as good as the unit just jammed. Only has bad stealth, that's its main weakness. So it can be found out and killed off quite quickly. But if you keep it around your forces and just blind the enemy with jammer trait, that can be quite nice. And it basically, if you use it with a BAM1K, is a 65-point package that allows you to always have optics superiority over the enemy, because you have exceptional optics and the enemy never can have better than very good. So this is really nice. And then we have the BRDM2s here moving around as well with this. Yeah, the Pyramida, really nice little unit here going around. And then we have the Matryoshka with the Matryoshka BTR 90, BMP1P, and BMP2. All 3 fantastic transport options. You only get 1 card though, so you have to choose, which always will be an interesting choice. It really forces a deck building decision out of you. All good, but all playing a bit different. And then you have the BT-76s here as well, so I'm not quite sure you're gonna be able to fit those in with the slot limitations that you have here. Yeah, the TAC jump is 15 points as well, but TAC jump is second. This one is jammer, and I believe jammer is the better trait. So I believe this one should be 20, 25 points. Like, on its own, it's still not a great platform, but just the annoyance of the jamming is really good. So I feel like 25 points would be a realistic price point for this. Like, yeah, it cannot go far on its own without being shot and so on, but the amount of power that it has against the enemy recon is real. No, I'm pretty sure tuck jam is... Actually, let me check. Maybe I'm... Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, the tuck jam is jammer as well. I'm absolutely wrong. Yeah. No. This is exactly the same unit. Yeah. Yeah, the tech jump is really good as well, though. Like, I played it as well. Sorry, I'm completely misguided. There is a second unit as well that is the same, right, though? I'm not completely hallucinating. Oh, yeah, but that's 25 points. The Taran and the RPS 6 Vector. Yeah, right. So these are 25 points. This is Jammer and second, so it's 30. Uh, yeah. Uh, but yeah, the second ones are 25 points, and the Jammer ones are 15. That makes no sense to me. So, like, yeah, the tech jump should be 25 points as well. And this might even need to go up to 35 points. Like, this thing is really good. Absolutely love it in second. It's just so annoying to deal with. But yeah, let's return to 71st. And get back into the A tab where we have the Strellas. We have ZU-23s here going around. We have S60 7mm around as well. And we have the BTS 4As and ZU-23-2s. I mean, they added them in at least formations that make sense, Bad Wolf. Like, they didn't add it to any mainline battle tank or so division. They took them out from the places where they actually existed as hardware around the time. Like with the Leo 1A6s and so on. Like, these are the spots where these kind of units make sense. So, like, the test formations, the school formations, like, close to the test centers and so on, like, that makes sense for the AS90. For the Super Leclerc prototype that is, like, stats-wise far away from what a full-on Leclerc would be. Like, the stats on the Leclerc prototype are pretty trash because it's representing what was there at 1989. Or shortly before, shortly after. Yeah, so I don't think it's like they're breaking that part there too much. Like, if they would have added it to fifth day or so, that would have been a bad move. Adding it to that Paris division. Yeah, it's fine. The statement still, Mad Max should have not that they never added it because they just should have. I believe he rectified those kind of things in other statements where he was like, yeah, we don't add it to the base game and the main formations. But yeah, in these kind of formations, it makes sense. Like Dawn 100 and so on makes sense. And I mean, they have to go to those kind of places to add new stuff if they want to add new stuff next to the new nations. But new nations obviously also take a lot of voice acting and work and so on. So and plus people want that stuff. Like, people want to have a Leclerc and so on. So adding them with these kind of formations, I feel like, is the best without like creating fantasy fan lines. Yeah, all the Leo models are beautiful. I also like the looks on this. Like, everything looks slightly higher polished than the older models. The SU-24 also beautiful little unit here. Yeah, and you only get 2 missiles here on the Never. So the 2 missile Never here quite nice as well. And yeah, the S20 on the Sill is looking hilarious. It's also a nice weapon, so it's not super fast on the truck, but 2,650 range is nice. And yeah, it just looks absolutely dope. This is this is looking fine, and this is just looking absolutely wonky. 6 frontal armor though, so it can fight. And yeah, thanks for the time there, Bo. So that is quite nice. And yeah, you can get 4 2 vet, so at that point they are pretty efficient as well. The air tab here, you get the SU-24 ATs, you get the SU-24 rocket with S250 420mm rockets, 6 of them, so that's a nice one as well. These are the older SU-24, so if you compare it to the SU-24Ms that we have in the game, like the nose is looking different. They have 10% less ECM, but they're still a good airframe. And they also have some air-to-air missiles on the autopilot sometimes, like 4 R60Ms here on the AT variant, though it has a pretty bad AT missile with the KH-25, which can fire from down here. The second one here on the left pylon. Yeah, not quite sure why the right pylon is empty. Why it does not have 3 of them. Like, I would guess that there should be a designated protosaur here. Not quite sure what's going on here. But yeah, we have the AA, the bomber here. With SU-24HEs, 6 500kg bombs, and 2 R60Ms still. So they can defend themselves against really shitty fires. They can hunt down helicopters if you want to after dropping and so on. So good multi-role functionality there. The seat one has good seat missiles. The KH-58Us are nice. Issue is, it's not really good at dodging missiles. Only 30% ECM for a seaplane. That's obviously not great. So yeah, that's quite nice. And then you have the SU-24 cluster with only 250kg bomb clusters though. So not the biggest clusters there. Yeah. That one is not able to murder stuff like its counterpart in 79th with the 500kg bombs. So it's solid, but it's not amazing. And then we have the Mari 1, MiG-23 and MiG-29s, the veteran Air Force Base pilots here, meaning that they also start at 2 vet. And that is kind of insane. MiG-23 MLD is already nice to have that free vet, which gives you better accuracy on the missiles, which gives you slightly better dodge chance, which is basically just like ACM on top. So it gets you 8% evasion on top, which basically 8% ECM on top. And then you have the MiG-29, 9, 13. I'm not actually sure if evasion may be even working against gun-based stuff, but I don't believe so. I think it's just against missile as well. And then, yeah, this one, the MiG-29/9/13, is a top-end MiG-29 with 40% ECM. And all of that with free vet, a decent 4 R-73 missiles again, and then it gets the R-27Ts. Doesn't quite get any test weapon that's like the Don one gets, and so on, but it's still a fantastic fire. 40% ECM, good missiles. The R-27T allowing you to shoot them and then just dodge away from bombers. So chances that enemy AA get you are really low in this one. And chances that enemy fighters get you are not that high either. Because you're just gonna beat them before they can beat you, most likely, because you just have more ACM with good missiles on the side. So this is a fantastic fighter, and you get 2 cards of this. So this is really strong as well. Good air tap. You don't get any helicopters. You don't get any forward deployment. So this plays around the blobs, or the individual high concentrations of forces with 1 instructor and a lot of reservists around it. A solid air support and a good AA network. It is flying a bit slower, but yeah, this is fantastic little tap. And yep, then we come to the changes. And there we have a good amount of changes to all the SMG squads. A lot of them got more expensive and got lower in availability. If we, for example, look at the Germans in TKS with the Pioneer Flam, they are now at 55 points, and you only get them at 6.4 availability instead of the 8.5 that they had before. Plus, SMGs, I believe, went down in accuracy. I have to double check that. But I believe so, right? Or not. Maybe? Were they at 70 before the UCs? I'm not quite sure. Yeah, so that's the change there. SMGs, I believe, have gotten a nerf of 10% each. I will have more information about all of that for you in tomorrow's video. We also... maybe not. Maybe yes? No, yeah, this is base accuracy 70%, right? They were at 80 before, the carbines, the SMGs. So, yeah, they went from 80 to 70. So, yeah, SMGs got a small nerf again. The buff was just a bit too big. So, yeah. It is a bit of a weird double nerf again. Like, we nerfed the availability and the price, and then we nerfed the stats of the weapons again. Like, that's one of the double nerfs that I'm a bit worried about. Another nerf that hits TKS as well is that this bad boy now is 175 points. Same for the one in 6 Fancy Grenadier. So 20-point price nerf. And both fly now at the height that this one in 6 Fancy Grenadier is flying at, which is the lower one of the two. Like, this one was at 1,400 meters before. Now they're both at 1,225 meters bump drop altitude. If you ever wondered why the one in TKS feels a bit harder to hit than the one in 6 Fancy Grenadier, that's the reason why. This one was flying lower. Now they're both flying at this side. And the 20-point price nerf is quite significant. It is a decent plane, and it still drops quite high and so on. So it is likely justified. So both of these divisions need that stuff as well. So yeah, I'm still a bit worried for the two divisions. But yeah, because they were kind of living off it. Tornadoes got nerfed 10 points as well here. So yeah, the German tornado bombers got 10-point price changes on top of them as well. The same goes for the ones in 2nd Panzer Grenadier and 5th Panzer. HE bomber here now at 260 points, cluster 260 points. So those got nerfed as well. And then to get a buff for the West Germans, yeah, there is a buff to these guys here, as they have a bit better AA in the early stages, with the Geburtsjäger Jagdkommando now getting a red eye. So enemy recon helicopters have to live a bit more carefully, and low-flying planes might get a red eye here or there now as well. With the Jagdkommando now being able to do this, I still don't think this division is all that great. Yeah, the real issue is that their pioneers are just not great. So the CQC capabilities of this division, not fantastic. You have a lot of shock, but your guys are not good at shock range fighting, because these are all weapons that want you to be stationary and not running down the enemy. Like, how you're ever supposed to use the satchel charge with the Hochgebirgsjäger is beyond me. I would love to give them Handflammenpatrone, but yeah, currently it stays at satchel charge. Yeah, red eye. Against helicopters, the red eye is totally fine. Has decent range. So bueno. Yeah, the SMGs, the SMG nerfs. I mean, yeah, Zapadores were pretty busted as well, so that makes absolute sense. What are other nice changes? Oh yeah, Yusuke obviously got nerfed as well. Not Yusuke, Ostro got nerfed as well. The Carl Gustav HE guys got nerfed in price and availability. So that's a Yusuke nerf as well. And then in Austria, you also see these guys being nerfed from 105 to 115 points. So the Centurions are not insane in cost efficiency anymore. They're still good, but they're not insane anymore. And yeah, the Carl Gustav HEs are at realistic numbers now as well. I'm not sure I like how we are currently nerfing the availability and the cost of infantry as much, as like the game already often does not have enough infantry compared to vehicles on the battlefield. So lowering the numbers, especially of special infantry squads, yeah, it's not going down super well with me. But these guys needed a nerf. Yeah, what I would have liked to see is maybe go lower the HE to 0.6 or so. But yeah, it's staying there where it is. So unit had to go up in price and down in availability. Makes perfect sense. It's a really, really good one. So yeah, random Yusuke nerf here in that case as well. And yep, those are some of the changes. The 2 AP turret on the Topaz and the Scott, like that is this AA turret now has actually really good stats. Before, it had really low accuracy, leading to it really struggling to kind of kill helicopters as well, but also especially dealing with ground units. If you compare it to a normal Scott 2A, before the 2AP had half the accuracy, had 10% accuracy static, 5% accuracy motion, and it only had 1,200 meter ground range. So it had lower ground range and lower accuracy against ground targets. Now, it has the same accuracy and the same range, and all of that with double the rate of fire. So now that upgrade is a no-brainer in my eyes. Like, you always take that. Before, you still kind of took it as an anti-helicopter option, but it was not good. Maybe the place to be would have been 15% accuracy. But yeah, now with 20% accuracy, it still has a bit lower ammunition, but outside of that, it's such a superior weapon now because it just stresses out the enemy and deals damage a lot quicker due to the rate of fire. That it has lower aim time as well, though that's not all that impactful, like 0.5 seconds against ground units. But yeah, better salvo length, better rate of fire there is really key. So this is quite interesting. So both the Scott 2A and the Topaz 2AP, like both of those, gonna be quite nice. Now, so 15, but especially Corpus Station Dobby, where you get the Topaz 2AP as a main transport for a lot. Like, I believe the Scott 2AP is in 4th a bit more prevalent as well. And in 15th, you get it for your AA. Like, yeah, here you get some Topaz, Panzermatrosen, MP1s, but 2As, only the normal ones. So, yeah, I believe you don't get it here. You get the 2AM. Yeah, 2AMs here with the Malyutkas. Those are funny as well. Yeah, you only get them for the Strellas here. So it's not that impactful here, but it's still nice. It improves the anti-helicopter capabilities, obviously, significantly as well. And then in 4th, you, I believe, get them a bit more around. Or do you? Actually, no. You only get them for the for the Strela here as well. Oh no, you don't get them here either. Thought you get them for something else as well. So yeah, it's only for Corpus where you really get the buff. Corpus really gets them on a lot of stuff. As a big fan of Corpus, that's still a nice buff for me. I'm not quite sure how many other Corpus fans there are still out there, so I think it has actually risen in popularity. But yeah, here it comes as a transport for your Nevsky ready. So the Topaz 2 AP here really profiting. And that gives you a great fire support vehicle, which is key because you don't have much other fire support vehicles with this division. So your fire support vehicle actually being really significantly solid now with these guys is really nice. So yeah, this is quite nice to see. And then yeah, Mirage F1Cs did go up in price. That is the French ones in yeah, those went up to 185 points from 175 points in Paris because they were just a bit too easy to spam around. So at 185 points, they're still a fantastic airframe because they have the good Magic 2 missiles and good bombs, super fast. Only 10% ECM. That's why they're not above 200. Otherwise, they would be above 200. But like this way around, they still can overwhelm the enemy defenses. But now you pay a bit more extra. You cannot quite get away with as much of them without losing your crown completely and so on. So, yeah, nice little nerf there. And then we have a buff for all the, or it's not really a buff. In my eyes, it's a nerf uh, for the usability of the unit. But like on paper, it's a buff, and that's the American F-16 cluster, the cluster 1 basically, now carries 4 Rockeye cluster bombs instead of only 2 Rockeye cluster bombs. It costs 240 points now as well. I believe before it was 215. And that now means it can't kill medium tanks. Thing is, this is in divisions that medium tanks are the least of your worries. It now has double the reload time though, and it costs more. And I really like this thing for just killing off enemy light vehicles and so on. With divisions that have a bit of an issue keeping the mobility up around the front line. So yeah, it's a victory for all the people on Reddit who were complaining about how American planes have too little payload. Now you got your payload. Yeah, in my eyes, it's a nerf to these 3 divisions actually, because I had the F-16C cluster in all of them, and I preferred it with the 2 bombs. So yeah, it's the Reddit can rejoice. Americans got more bombs. I doubt the Reddit people who are worried about it will be happy with just 2 bombs, but yeah, I guess it's the beginning. I hope we stop here. Don't need massive bomb trucks. But yeah, for me, in my eyes, it's a nerf. So yeah, it's a nice one. And yeah, this is most of the relevant things. There is some nice buffs to the Soviet part of things, where 12 divisions were underperforming. 76 is one of them. And they got buffed to a unit that I just haven't seen perform ever, and that's the BMD3. So the BMD3 now only costs 85 points, and I believe that's the right spot for it to be. Went from 95 points to 85 points. The reservist variant, the recon variant went from 120 points to 115 points, as it has a lot of HE firepower, so yeah, it makes sense. It went down 5 points, not quite the 10 points. Then we have a good amount of slot buffs to first guard's motor. Its infantry slots got a bit cheaper, and the tank slots got a bit cheaper as well. So this division really can bring the spam now. Gonna be interesting to see if that division starts to become more meta now, as it just can bring out everything now and really be flexible. And yeah, it has BMP2s, it has BMP1s, it has all the tanks. It was a bit tight sometimes to really get everything in there, but now you absolutely can. Like, this is a massive division now, so that's going to be interesting. And we also have the TRM SU 24 brought down to 230, so another 76 buff here. And the ISU in the 17th, that one now has 55% base accuracy instead of 30. With reservists, it goes down to 50% accuracy, but that is still meaning that that main gun as fire support now actually hits its targets. It still only has 5 rounds per minute, so even though it has 13 pen on the gun, you don't really want to use it for dealing with enemy vehicles. But it is now reliably killing off infantry units, like infantry GM teams that it is engaging. So that is quite nice. Marp, the F-16 has not been in third US for 4 years now. Like, I think it was removed in summer of 2022. Oh, right. Oh, no, or never had them, right? It has the F4s. Yeah. Yeah, it's the F4s. Right. So yeah. And yeah, I don't think you need a 4-bomb one in 3rd US either. Like 3rd US medium tanks are not your problem either. So the light bomber ones are quite nice. Plus, you don't get cluster. Do you get cluster actually in 3rd US? Oh, you get the cluster one, right? But this one is dirt cheap. Like this one is even cheaper because it's a phantom. But yeah, don't even use that. I use the HE one, even though it has shit bombs. Like that's one that could use a buff. If that one would get 500 kilogram bombs or 450 kilogram bombs, then like the 1,000 pound bombs, then this thing would be fantastic. That would be good. Yeah, the 4 cluster bomb one would not really improve this for this division either. So yeah, that is those things. Then we have oh yeah, one more National Guard unit that got buffed with the National Guard M113A1 Dragon, which is mainly in 35th US, but also in some units in 6 US. That one went from 25 to 20 points. So 35 keeps on spamming. Like 35th just can bring so many numbers now. And I might even have to adjust my deck for this. So that I bring the laws now in that Dragon launcher, because that just means in the maps where this division is good, it now is even better. I don't believe it changes anything for the maps where this division is bad at, and the matchups that this division is bad at. But yeah, it's even better at what it's good at. So that is nice. Yeah. I mean, you only get them on 2 units here as well. Get them on the National Guard rifles and the National Guard rifle leader. So it's not really a big change. And yeah, I guess also exactly the same units that you get them in on 6, if I remember correctly. National Guard rifle law, yep. And the leader, so yeah. You get only one card of the leader, but you still also get 2 cards of the law. The question is, how often do you play with National Guard rifles in 6 US? Not that often. And yeah, it's like dragons are not really something that you need in this division all that badly. Yeah, there are some really fun stuff going on here. Yeah, let's build a deck and then play against WoW. Yeah, let's build a deck for the 71st. I want to check that one out first, gameplay wise, and we can get a rematch afterwards as well. BMP1, Pulamachiki absolutely have to be here. These guys absolutely have to be here. BMP2s. We have Instructors. Question is, do you upvet the Instructors? I believe for the sake of the BMP2, you do. And then we need the Fagot team. And we want to have this fun thing going around. Logistics tab here is good. I don't want to use this thing. Wait, you get 4 of these? Are they 3 vet? No, what? Never realized this. Get 3 of them at 1 vet. Let's actually take those. And then we need smoke. Because we don't have authentic, organic smoke on our tanks. The leader. Tories. 2 of these at least. Might even skip this one for the 3rd card. And skip these guys as well. And just go with the cheap boys. Yeah. Have the leaders. Want to keep the get the Malyutka in as well. We want this. Here's the big question: what do you use the mod Rajadka for? I believe it's BMP2s, just because you don't really still get a decent number of them elsewhere. But yeah, you get the Nevas here. This is good. This is fun. Then we have an air tap that is pretty good. Question is, do you even go for fun and upvet them to max vet? We could do something like this. As at this point they have 56% accuracy and ECM and 77% accuracy on their R73s. You want these. Want the HE bomber. I guess we go for the seat. Could go for another infantry unit. I mean, realistically, I would go for this. Unwise or for a recon unit. Actually, we have to go for a recon unit. Or do we? No, we don't have to. We don't have to do anything. Okay. Is Vo online? Yes. Vo is online. That's the correct one, right? Yes. That is the correct one. No helicopters allowed. I haven't played a real Wano match on Hats in a while. Okay. He needs to make a deck real quick. I just have the experience from Don that you just run out of stuff. Plus, it's a 2-cost slot in the end. We could use another artillery unit, maybe. We could use a second Grut, I guess. But we don't have another 2-cost slot. We just keep it like this. Could upvet them, actually. 2 of them at 1 vet. Yeah, both of these decks you can build, interestingly. I believe, like, there are some interesting choices to be made. Like, do you go 4 cards of Prisham Nikki, for example? Like, you can just shit out PTR 50 PKs as well, just as trying to bait out enemy ATGMs, and then try for T62s behind the wreckage. Like, that is a absolute viable option as well in my book. Thank you for this. Okay, there we go. Okay. I haven't played Hessa in a while, but I think Hessa is a good map to show the infantry blobs on both sides and the tank blobs on both sides quite nicely. We didn't take an infantry leader. That is a massive mistake. Now we only get 1 vet infantry, or 2 vet infantry rather. We get so many PMP ones with all of this as well. Oh, it's hilarious. Mm, want to get one of you in here if possible. Yeah, I believe you need the normal red guy here, and this is likely where you use the card. We only have slow transports. We only have slow infantry transports. But they're the fun part of the deck, so fast forgot, I guess. Like okay. AA that you we bring a Neva out immediately. No, I believe we get one of these early. And these gun-based AAs can at least deal some damage against the Alpha Jets as well. Those come around early. Then get one of these. Put a couple of those. Move up here. Set up pressure. Service BMP1s. Cannot afford to Instructors anymore. Bishop Nikis. Move another jammer unit. I mean, he does not have exceptional optics on his side either, does he? No, he has no GSR. So in this matchup, actually, the jammer unit is not as great as in others. 45 points. We cannot afford anything directly. Just a surprise because our units are so dirt cheap, but let's go up there actually. Pyramida can just go around everywhere. Yeah. We can't even afford one more. Or move this one here over here, yeah, right, I see. Why I can afford one more. Just keep it back here for now. Okay. A lot of cheap infantry to spam with. But the enemy will have the same. Like the mirror matchup, I think is. Oh, like it's not really a mirror matchup, but like the Nemesis matchup itself is a pretty cursed one. Which one of the two divisions is your favorite from the looks, guys? Do you prefer 71st or BTK so far from the looks? Here we go. Let's beat Woe. Yeah, I feel like the other division is better in 1v1, but we'll see. Here we don't really have a chance in the tank fights because of the Jaguars and so on. The Leo 183 is also pretty solid. Recon Marder 183 at least. We can one-shot kill that with our BMP2. But it obviously can one-shot kill us as well with its AQ-Gem. Just get you in for the gem. Okay. Another Recon Marder. Okay. Nikki. No! Smoke came too late. Okay, we got the Marder. Smoke off and run. Layer 1. Moving around. Like a... Let's move here. This matchup we actually could use this more. Yeah, you're not gonna hit anything there. Ah, you didn't move further. You idiot. Yeah. Absolutely not my mistake. Yeah, Pyramida, maybe not the best recon unit. Okay, we killed their leader. They killed our leader. Now both sides are shit. They have a Marder in the rear. Oh. The second instructor comes around, immediately fills shit up. Instructor? No. Where the hell are you? Oh, lol. Yeah. Those long range missiles are so so ass. Instructories. Get around. Lead missile. Big missile. Yeah, the lack of recon here is real. Nice. Yos. Can we run down? Wow, R60M is just not hitting anything. Okay. A lot of cheap enemy infantry around there. You have to get the hell out of there. We get you in. Use your main gun, sir. Okay, still there. Oh, a lot of M48s in our rear. They have Carl Gustavs in there. That's a real problem. Two F4Es. Come on, somebody needs to kill that thing. As we can get a Ural in here. Oh, I also forgot one really big change. Yeah, M48 are just running us over here now. All the smaller rockets now are cheaper to reload. Like all the 57 to 80mm rockets now only cost 2 supply to reload. So you don't bankrupt yourself anymore if you reload a 57mm Mi-8, for example. Which really has a lot of impact. We have the wrong Reservisti. We don't have the normal Reservisti in our deck. Meaning that we just don't have a good good anti-tank rocket. Everything there has smoke. Yeah, the smaller rocket planes also reload quicker. The the really big rockets though, like the ones that got also more expensive. Like the really big one here already was more expensive. That Eugen already had that change beforehand before they brought this one out. But like also the other big rockets cost 8 supply per rocket now, like the ones that the Czechoslovaks get, for example. But the Zunis and so on stay the same. I believe it's the Zunis. Nice. No mistakes. Or not mistakes, but failure. Oh wow. Terrible failure. That's a layer 2A4. That is evil. Oh no, that just murdered us. Oh god. Another rocket plane got pushed back as well. No, we don't have the rocket plane for this. And this thing doesn't have AT. You might need the RPG-7 BM, boys. Everything just died here. Doesn't really have air spam. I'm just playing it like that and losing because of it. You know me, guys. if there's a new division, I have to check out the air spam potential. Yeah, I have the wrong infantry. Plus the wrong recon. The real issue was moving forward here again. I should have just stayed defensive. If I would have stayed defensive, I could have reacted there. You miss. What? Oh, yes. What the? What? The Eyehawk? Damn. He has all my planes killed now as well. Hammer of Claire's. Yeah, he has Carl Gustav's there. Yeah, I really like the T-72 maxing in Dawn. This division is going to be fun as well, but VTK is a bit crazy. As I said, I feel like this division really has potential for going massive. And yeah, we don't really have anything to deal with the Leos once we're getting pushed out of our positions. I didn't deal well with his flank through here. Because I had the wrong infantry. You need the RPG 7 VM infantry. These guys are fun because... No, these guys are fun because they bring a 50-point BMP-1 with infantry, but the BMP-1 is also pretty dog shit. Like, so, it's super cheap. And like, yeah, these guys and the BTR 50, you might just not want to bring at all. Yeah. He's... This ain't it. And now the Alpha Jets come around. No. Instructor only buffs the same type, and BMP-1s are not a tank. BMP-1s are an IV. So, yeah, they also... the infantry ones also don't buff ATGM teams or... like the reservist 30mm grenade launcher and so on, they don't get buffed either. The F4Es are shit. They're really shit. So, they, I guess, are decently hard to kill, but they also don't seem to hit anything anywhere. I mean, we're also super high ACM, but yeah, they are not the problem here. I mean, yeah, the A in this deck is not easy to set up. So you have to rely on the fighters for the most part, I think. The Nevas are nice for the late game, but they only have 2 missiles, so you need to have immediate reload next to them, and then if you only use them with 2 missiles and the enemy figures it out, they're just gonna bomb you in the reload time. Like, the Nevas are a nice addition to solidify the air control. They're not a good way to getting it with only 2 missiles. There's a really big difference between them only having 2 and them having 4. Yeah, I think it's fine that they only buff their own type. Makes them a good bit different from just, like, from the leaders. Or, like, a bit. You're way too far out, guys. Why are you so far out? No. Did the Alpha Jet deal the 1 damage to us? Why did that... Why did we get 1 tap there? Yeah, you need these things as... helicopter. The really big issue here is right now that I just... like, for this map, I just don't have any infantry AT that is actually any good. Like, I only have trashed here. Infantry AT, I have nothing at... I need the reservists to have the RPG 7BM. So, yeah. GG. The 2 spams ran into each other, and I had the wrong deck. And he absolutely knows how to how to use VTK by now. And yeah, VTK also, as I said, I believe is the stronger 1v1 division. Plus, Woe is the better player. But also, yeah, I just threw around a fun build, but this is not a good build. The good build will for sure involve these guys. You absolutely need those guys. And I believe you move these out and you only go down to 1 cut of instructors. Then you take these guys in a truck. Yeah, you need these guys in a truck as well. And then I guess it's like, realistically, you also don't take these guys when you take a Superior POA. Then yeah, it's actually Shivniki or Pulamachiki. Then it gets it to Pulamachiki. But yeah, not having any RPG 7BMs is an issue. Like, our only 675 meter range AT1 was the RPG 22. And yeah, this is nice and all, but cannot do that. And I guess the way to do it is taking the normal red guy this way. Like, the Pyramida, also, as I said, not good in the matchup. They're cheap though, so that is nice, but not good in that matchup. So yeah, we were just kind of blind. Oh, never realized you could do that with fun. Why is it so fast though? Like, it should go slower. Never realized you could do that with A and D. Didn't know where is working here. I always only work with clicks in here. Okay, let's build a VTK deck. Yeah, they have the better infantry because of the Kalgustav. Like, the Kalgustav alone is such a hard carry. Question is, do you bring them in the... I guess you bring them in the Martyr, right? Or do you just cheap out here as well? They only cost 15 points if you bring them in the MR13. Panzer Grenadiers with the Martyrs. Only get 2 at 1 vet. Absolutely want these. like this. Pythagoras. And then you're already full. So deck building considerations here are real as well. So guess you take a leader from, like, you move them with the M577 or Mungas. As you get 5 good slots here. Obviously not this twice. Yeah, this is an option. You want your Milan Hughes. These guys are good for the flank. Actually, take one less Munga. As we want our infantry blob with leader. And then guess you take one card of these and you mix them in with the Carl Gustav just for better anti-infantry. Or you leave the Carl Gustav as is and you take the Service Pioneer next to them. I'm not quite sure how good they are still now. Einmal Aufklärer. I mean, currently this is exceptional optics. Obviously that will go down. Currently this is just stupid good, but you should not play like that because that's not going to stay around for more than the hotfix. Maybe it's going to be there at launch. Chances are it's already be gone before that. So, whoa, abusing that against me. Really playing the patch there. Would VTK be good without Instructor? It would be a lot weaker. It would still be decent, I would say. And you would just play it to more to its other units. Currently, the thing with Instructor is that it is free, and in the divisions that it currently is in the live build, like not these 2 divisions, that is because those divisions were a bit suffering before Instructor got introduced. Like the tank tab in the in London was not great. Now it's pretty strong if you use them correctly. The infantry tab in TKS wasn't great. Now Green Berets have a real good role to play, and TKS is pretty back, though with the nerfs to its bombers, TKS is going to go down a bit as well again. And obviously the Czechoslovaks, not that great. 303, not a great division. So, like, all of those divisions, you don't have as many instructors in the first place, and like all of those divisions weren't great when they were introduced. Like, obviously there were times back in the day when TKS was an absolute meta division, but that's not the latest feature. So here I believe you just build it like this. So we didn't put any price on it, but especially for the tanks, there should be a price on it. Like, this thing should not be the same as a normal A1, A3, A1 with its stats. It pays for it with not even availability, I would argue. Like, currently it's not paying at all for being Instructor. Like, this card is not paying for it. This card is maybe paying with 1 availability for it, but even there you could argue that tank with this, like, it's a mid-tier tank, so it would have 3 or 4 availability to it, so it is paying with 1 availability. But I would argue this is not even paying with 1 availability for it currently. So it's basically getting Instructor for free. And I would argue there should be a small price nerf, especially to the tank ones, next to the availability nerf, and maybe this should go to 5-3. Like 5-3 and then 100 points. And then this to 135 points or so. For the infantry ones, you could, I think a 5-point price nerf is okay. Currently they're getting it for free basically as well. Like, they're Panzer Grenadiers. They're not quite getting it for free. Like, they're getting it for free availability wise though. The Gruppe. And Smoke is a bit weaker than AT, so they're not 100% getting it for free. compared to the Panzer Grenadiers, but they are nearly getting it for free. And yeah, I think they should go to 40 points. And the Instructor on should go to 45 points. And Green Berets likely should go up 5 points as well. So yeah, those are the interesting choices here. And yeah, the instructor trade discussions going on. Like, I would like to know what your POV is, guys. Like, have you played around with the instructor trade in the other divisions that already have them? Like, I believe a lot of people have played around with them now in Berets, right? Like, the double vet Hammered Jaegers feel really strong. Yeah, I guess you can just take Hammered Jaeger Panzerfaust here as well. And get away with this as well. So, oh, we didn't. No, we don't, because we didn't take out any artillery. I want to see what a single last launcher can do. Hmm. Yeah, this is fine. What is a good map for this matchup that I also don't dislike to the maximum? Um, Factory Duel. Wouldn't it be interesting to see what happens on Black Forest? Actually, build 2 decks here. They have to get rid of the looks like, yeah, currently he's just gonna use this. Um, that's a 3-cost slot. Let's put in. Well, in this matchup we don't need the swilling. I mean, knowing the exceptional optics, you would take that. But I'd rather take another card of Layer 2 4Bs. Leader Layer 2 4Bs? Actually, let's take Leader Layer 2 4Bs. Then we can have 3 vet Layer 2 4s with the 1A6s. Should be interesting. Okay. Let's freaking go. Okay, let's go. We don't use these guys. Obviously, tank fight area is there. Gonna go for the infantry fight on the right side. The amount of hammer Jaegers you get is kinda insane. Can win the flank fight with two of these. Actually faster from here, I believe. Because there's no good road there. Okay. I'm at Jagd Commando. Take a Carl Gustav. All of these guys going in there. I'm at Aufklärer. Against faster divisions, the early game might be a bit annoying for both of these divisions. Like, they're really not the fastest right off the bat, but they obviously bring a lot of stuff still to the battlefield right from the get-go. There are gonna be a lot of enemy tanks. Gonna go in with the M48s over here for now. Milan 2 team. Classic Milan 2 squad. The lack of smoke for the 71st is for sure an interesting one as well. Here. Gonna get you in there as well. We can move around another martyr to the right side. Together with one more Heimathaufklärer. Oh no, just a normal off. No, Heimathaufklärer. I need to go in here. So we have 80 gems that can intercept T-55s and 62s from the side there. Let's go. Let's see if... Whoa. Can just smack through us immediately here as well. Or VTK. Really just better of the two divisions. Okay. Okay. I'm out of clever. Let's go in there. Let's go.
Der Kommandant begrüßt Sie an Bord.
Self-clearer everywhere. Part of 183 is looking so good. Really love the looks of this thing. And it's also really powerful. The Leo 183 model is also really good looking. Like, Eugen really has stepped it up a lot since the early days of 1.0 in the modeling department, and there really are a good amount of new ones.
Feuer und Bewegung. Wir können
Go off clearers. Let's get Hawk out here. .48. And let's check out how good the reserve pioneer are now. Get you close to our AA.
betankt und aufmunitioniert. Fahrer, dort müssen wir hin. Speer zur Stelle.
Yeah, the lack of forward deploy AA and lack of general forward deployment for sure can create some issues. Okay, there's no more retreat gas.
Neue Befehle?
Okay, I have the feeling there are a lot of M48, a lot of twos the middle. We have the flank.
Löwe hört. An dieser Koordinate absitzen. Wir haben Feind. Feuer und Bewegung. Wir sind bereit, die Kampfweise zu wechseln.
There is no recon here, it seems.
An dieser Koordinate absitzen.
Can push that area. Yep, there's a big tank blob.
Wollen Sie mitfahren? Verstanden, sind unterwegs. Ende. Unaufklärt. Feind. Gesicht keine besonderen Vorkommnisse. Fahrer, dort müssen wir hin.
Okay, let's get ourselves to D actually. Okay, good amount of BMP1 infantry. No?
Führen Sie uns, folgen Sie uns oder gehen Sie aus dem Weg.
Got yourself stuck, didn't you? Okay, weird. Haven't seen that happening in a while.
Machen zum Sprung, wir greifen gleich an.
Victories pushing forward.
Zu Ihren Diensten.
Okay. Hurry. Need a Gepard.
Wir haben Feindkontakt. Betankt und aufmunitioniert.
What? One Gepard moving here. Gepard moving here.
Feind im Vorfeld. Bereit machen.
Oh, actually, just go with a Jaguar.
Neue Befehle, Herr Weltbebel.
They have a Pioniere.
Fahrer, rückwärts, Marsch! Feind gesichtet.
Enemy disengaging.
Ich höre, Hauptmann. Angriffsformation, sammeln!
I wanted to use the Lars. Let's use the Lars.
Verdammt! Hol uns hier raus!
Okay, let's accept Harry RPO. Wachlehrergruppe. Jägerjagdkommando.
Bereit für den Kampf.
Go.
Keine besonderen Vorkommnisse.
2.
Raketen geladen und
Okay,
feuerbereit.
Lars, let's see what you can do.
Querfeuer. Feind im Vorfeld.
Get closer. Fly.
Pioniere bereit.
Europeo is bullying us.
Was sind Ihre Befehle? Verstanden. Aufspüren. Wir brauchen Artillerieunterstützung, verdammt.
Oh,
Sammeln. Schützenreihe bilden. Feind im Vorfeld. Wo brauchen Sie unsere Fahrt? Aber achten Sie auf unsere Flanken. Zeit für Feuermission. Overkill gibt's nicht. Abhock. Links. 2, 3.
okay.
Ich höre, Hauptmann.
Plus 1 is ticking.
Zu Ihrer Verfügung, Kommandant. Letzte Rakete ist raus. Guter. Höre, Ground Control.
You need to move.
Aufbruch. Rückwärts Marsch. Und zum Feind.
Thanks. Got the kills. Oh,
Gefechtsbereitschaft herstellen. Kriegsschütze. Auf erkannten Feind. Letzte Rakete durch. Wo brauchen Sie uns, Kommandant?
Lars doing its job. Gun down.
Heiße Socken zu Befehl, Kommandant.
MP2 over there gets cooked.
Aber achten Sie auf unsere Flanken.
Lars,
Kontakt. Raketen scharf.
move. Be in cluster.
Dreh ab. Auf 4 Waffen scharf. Wo wir sind, wird gestorben. Gute Arbeit.
We don't have enough infantry in here.
Wurde aufgeklärt. Sperrbestand aufgebraucht. Brauchen mehr Munition. Fertig machen zum Sprung. Wir greifen gleich an. Fliege den Sektor an. Zu Befehl. Erschossen. Kein Alpha an alle. Und über. So aufgeklärt. Gute Arbeit, Kriegsschütze. Adler 1 bereit.
Yeah.
Bestätige Wirkung.
We did not get the cluster out.
Jawohl, Hauptmann.
Okay.
Radio-Check. Höre zum Schützenrudel aufgehen. Auf meine Höhe. Ja, noch ein Treffer. Es ist aus. Jawohl, Herr Kommandant. Alpha an alle.
Okay.
Prüfung. Kommen. Volltreffer. Zielzeit.
Ja.
Einmarsch. Zack, zack. Auf Empfang. Es hat mich erwischt. Verdammt. Fahrer. Langsam. Rückwärts mal.
Get you back.
Feindkontakt. Raketenscharf. Rottenführer auf Empfang. Abgesessene
Wachlehrergruppe.
Fluggeschwindigkeit erreicht. Wir haben
Okay.
Feindkontakt.
M48s.
Night 4. Warte auf Sunny. Der Tod kommt von oben. Verstanden. Bin auf neuem Kurs. Befehlsstelle. Schützenrudel. Wir brauchen Artillerieunterstützung, verdammt.
Wachlehrergruppe over here just got murdered. Yes.
Bestätigt. Gehe auf Abfangkurs. Verdammt. Stehe unter starkem Beschuss.
Sir?
Wir greifen den Feind an. Feindkontakt.
Why do you not want to shoot?
Systemcheck durchgeführt. Einsatzbereit. Rückwärts. Marsch.
Ah,
Brauchen Sie ein paar Augen und Sperrbestand aufgebraucht. Flugabwehr bereit.
he's actually not using the cluster. He's actually bombing me
Bereit für
with clusters. Thought he would. He had a seat out earlier.
sind ganz Ohr.
That was super ballsy.
Gesichtet. Gefechtsbereitschaft herstellen.
And he got me with the bait. So it was like way too ballsy. Like he was not supposed to get through with it, but I messed up, so he got through with it. In time though, I'm in his town now.
Heimatschutz bereit. Feind gesichtet. Zu Ihren Diensten. Wo brauchen Ara? Langsam rückwärts machen. Bewegung.
Yeah, the T-55s can survive a Milan 2 is really annoying for the Milan 2 part of things.
An alle Einheiten. Feind gesichtet. Zu Befehl. Der Fußbus fährt immer.
Hoodies, get there.
Finger am Abzug. Rücken vor. Ihre Befehle, Herr Hauptmann.
Where did the enemy shoot from? Actually trying to HE mortar me? Yeah.
Achtet auf die Abstände, Männer. Klar zum Gefecht. KI laden. Wir sind ganz Ohr.
Got a +2 in his rear now.
Ich habe kein gutes Gefühl. Ah, es hat mich erwischt. Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt. Feind gesichtet. Pioniere bereit. Wir schaffen es nicht.
Yeah, his reservist, he just won't do jack here against my 3-vet infantry. As you can see, 3-vet without reservist. Just absolutely annihilating his reservist.
Wir haben Feindkontakt. Gesagt. Werde Feind vernichtet. Aufgepasst, Männer. Es geht los. Knight 4. Warte auf Einsatzbefehl.
Yeah, we need the second F4E,
Kurs bestätigt.
even though it's weak,
Neue Befehle. Ja,
especially in the matchup.
Kommandant. Ah, es hat mich erwischt. Verdammt, es hat mich erwischt. Fluggeschwindigkeit erreicht. Zu Befehl, Ground Control.
Yep, he's just bombing us now.
Ich bin lieber der Jäger als der Gejagte.
That exactly is the issue. He's just throwing Su-24s on the problem now.
Laufschritt. Marsch, Marsch. Abhocken. Befehlsausgabe. Marsch. Keine besonderen Vorkommnisse.
Bro,
Verschossen. Radiocheck. Höre Sie klar und deutlich. Was sind Ihre Befehle? Verschoss verstanden. Aufspüren und vernichten.
MP1s are a problem.
Sammeln. Befehlsausgabe. Artillerieangriff läuft. Ruhig. Bei unserem Glück treffen wir gleich auf die Spitzenkräfte. Wir haben Feindkontakt. So aufgeklärt. Rückwärts, Marsch! Jawohl, Hauptmann. Klar zum Gefecht. KI laden. Gute Arbeit, Lichtschütze.
Okay,
Rückwärts, Marsch und zum Feind. Betankt und aufmunitioniert. Wir fliegen den Sektor an. Halte Ausschau nach Ziele.
no, wait, what?
Verdammt! Fahrer, rückwärts, Marsch! Bei unserem Glück treffen wir gleich auf die Spitzenkräfte. Verstanden, Staffelführer. Ziel aufgeschaltet. Abschuss
Okay, we got the seaplane.
Ich höre, Herr Hauptmann.
And leave these guys on now.
Ende.
Oh wow, you're turning. Why the fuck are you turning this way? Ah, god. Now we're losing all our fighters.
Kurs bestätigt.
Never is not hitting us.
Adler 1 auf dem Weg zu etwas Luft-Luft-Action. Ende.
What the hell? What? Enemy's turning into us as well, but the F4F is unfortunately a shitty airframe.
Bestätigt. Feind gesichtet.
Does not turn at all.
Aber achten Sie auf unsere Flanke.
Okay,
Schaffen wir es nicht.
the Lars did not do much here.
Am Ende kommt es immer auf den Infanterie. Fliege den Sektor an. Stellungswechsel. Hier, Adler 1.
Bro,
Ich sorge für
Okay, air micro currently seems cursed.
Charlie zu, kampfbereit. So aufgeklärt. Feind gesichtet. Danny! Verstanden. Wir schaffen es nicht. Feuer und Bewegung. Wir können beides. Gute Arbeit, Big Schütze.
The reload time on this is really solid.
Nachschub ist schon unterwegs. Auge 1 meldet. Ziele wurden zerschlagen.
Enemy cluster bombers going to town.
Rückwärts machen. Los, zieh den Arsch ein, Günther. Gute Arbeit, Big Schütze.
We're winning the fight on the left side.
Gute Arbeit, Big Schütze. So aufgeklärt. Loud and clear. Waffen scharf.
We're losing the fight over here though. He already used smoke? No, he didn't use smoke yet. Okay, Lars.
Feuermission.
Alright, he still has that thing.
Breche Mission ab. Ende.
Well, we didn't die. Yet. There we go. Okay,
Bereit machen. Neuen Einsatzraum.
you are empty, right? Yes, you are.
Verstanden. Aufspüren und vernichten.
You're nearly empty.
Und dann los.
Repair stuff up there.
B-Gruppe bereit. Lux an alle. Funküberprüfung. Kommen. Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Beginnen mit Sperrfeuer.
What did I just spot there? Oh, it's the Malit guy I spotted. Okay.
Nicht schießen. Wir geben auf.
Fachlehrergruppe. More infantry. Hey, Albert Soldier. Thanks for the prime.
Feind gesichtet. Wo braucht Arsch? Aber achten Sie auf unsere Flanken. Blaulicht. Mann am Boden. Ihre Befehle, Herr Hauptmann.
Lars being annoying.
In Deckung, Leutnant. Wo brauchen Sie uns, Kamerad?
We shouldn't have not have fired the full salvo there. You're not the one with the smoke. Yeah, you already used your smoke. One that still had a smoke died.
Ja, sind in Bewegung. Ich höre, Herr Hauptmann.
Nah, just a bit too early. Everything dies. Well, not quite everything. Okay, he gets my Eyehawk, we got the cluster, but yeah. That these two Eyehawks arrived too late is the big problem. He's just playing air spam meta now. This Martyr still has a lot of firepower. Leo 284D at least survived. They're up here.
Müssen wir wirklich zum vordersten Rand der Verteidigung? Los, los, los. Neue Befehle?
Armadillo Jagdkommando.
Betankt und aufmunitioniert, sind auf dem Marsch. Fahrer, dort müssen wir hin.
Okay.
Infanterie bereit. Ausrücken, aber wachsam bleiben.
Zero vet 20mm autocannons are pretty terrible.
Dieser Heckrotor muss überprüft werden. Sehen wir uns hier um.
Okay, you are reloaded, right? Yes.
Artilleristen und Ziele. Feind aufgeklärt.
Okay, enemy infantry's plop is moving closer.
Feind. Gebt mir Morphium! Gebt mir
Aim.
Morphium!
Fire. And get another Gepard over here.
Raketenartillerie zu Dienst. Feind aufgeklärt. Erwarten wir neue Befehle. Danny! An dieser Koordinate absitzen.
And move our tanks forward.
Raketen geladen und feuerbereit. Overkill gibt's nicht.
Come on. Really? That asshole actually survives?
Artilleristen, Overkill gibt's nicht. Feind im Vorfeld. Bereit machen. Wen sollen wir mitnehmen?
Leo 284Bs. Let's go. Oh,
Feind im Vorfeld. Bereit, Mann.
T-55 Instructor.
Aber achten Sie auf unsere Flanke. Los, zieh den Arsch ein, Günther.
Did we get it murdered?
Bewegung. Abstände vergrößern.
I believe we did not.
Keine besonderen Vorkommnisse. Bei unserem Glück treffen wir gleich auf die Spitzenkräfte. Feindkontakt. Raketen scharf.
Okay. You emptied your supply. Sidetrack can go home.
Verstanden. Adler 1. Auf dem Weg zu etwas. Wir wurden getroffen.
Hi, Hawks. Ah, you're still moving into position. You assholes.
Gute Arbeit, Lichtschütze. Wir alle schießen.
Oh, T-72.
Feindkontakt. Raketen scharf.
Oh, what? I... Yeah, you're dead. Or are you? Lol.
Der hat Feind im Vorfeld. Bereitsprache.
How did we survive that?
Getroffen. So eine Scheiße.
That is kinda hilarious. We also have too little supply. We're using the Lars. Throw strong targets.
Beginnen mit Sperrfeuer. Achtung. Feind im Nahbereich. Wir brauchen Artillerie.
Okay, he did miss us. Just trying to bomb us to death now, but it's not really working out. And yeah, you're not supposed to move when the Lars is... Well, doesn't really make a difference, I guess. But the Lars got around to murder his stuff there nicely. Gruppe is with these guys. A lot of infantry moving in our direction here. So we need another combination of Gruppe. If possible, leader. Under this possible, so leader.
Am Ende kommt es immer auf die Bewegung. Sie sind Feind aufgeklärt. Erwarten Befehle. Kommandant. Tara, langsam.
That's a severe, okay.
Ziel zerstört. Holen Sie das Fernglas raus. Feind aufgeklärt. Erwarten Befehle. Bestätige. Mission erhalten. Fluggeschwindigkeit erreicht. Gehe im Tiefanflug rein. Zu Befehl. Achtet auf die Abstände, Männer. Sunny! Alpha so aufgeklärt. Feind gesichtet. Radio-Check. Höre Sie klar und ich hab ihn.
BRM1 removed.
Rottenführer auf Empfang. Ziel zerstört. Sunny! Winchester, fliege zurück zum neuen Aufmunitionieren. Feind im Vorfeld. Feind vernichtet.
Yeah, we get the kill there.
Rückwärts, raus! Rückwärts, wo brauchen Sie unsere Feuerkraft? Gib mir Morphium! Feind vernichtet.
Okay, we got the SU. Killed a lot of us.
Feind gesichtet.
So we need to replace it.
Wir brauchen Artillerie.
Lars.
Von Freund und Feind nicht viel. Kennt nur
Yeah,
Flächenziel.
under fire by long range shit.
Keine Munition mehr.
As we are back in the zone.
Hier Bravo. Angriffsformation. Sammeln.
No, actually, stay here. These guys need to get closer.
Was sind Ihre Befehle?
Then we can fight again.
Achten Sie auf unsere Flanke. Verdammt, wohl, Hauptmann. Feind aufgeklärt. Erwarten Befehle. Jawohl, Herr Kommandant. Volltreffer.
14 minutes remaining.
Betankt und auf dem Fahrer. Dort müssen wir hin. Wir schaffen es nicht. Unaufgeklärt. Wo brauchen Sie uns, Kamerad? Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet. Rückwärts.
We need better recon.
Zu Ihrer Verfügung, Kommandant. Verstanden. Alpha
Finish that one off.
Bravo. Feind gesichtet. Wo brauchen Sie unsere Feuerkraft? Rückwärts, Rückfahrer. Langsam.
24B does not want to fight here. So we get him out. Martyr gets cooked.
Gebt mir Morphium. Heimatschutz bereit. Bewegung, Sie sind hier nicht auf der Fritz-Heckert. Heimatschutz bereit. Marschieren. Feind vernichtet.
A lot of BTRs.
Geben Sie uns Koordinaten zum Angriff. Beginnen mit Schwerp. Danny! Checkliste überprüft. Einsatzbereit. Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet. Der ist hinüber.
E62, E72. Lars firing. Nice.
Mein Bein! Mein Bein! Rückwärts, Marsch! Einsatzbereit. Nachschub ist schon unterwegs. Links, 2, 3, 4.
Oh. That's a lot of Saperis.
Wir erwarten Ihre Befehle. Verdammt, es hat einen erwischt. Feindesziel zerstört. Stellung halten.
One. But also the BTR 55s. Right.
Ohne Furcht.
Okay. Helicopters. A lot of BMPs.
Wir haben was abbekommen. Überwachen den Luft.
That guy should die now. Yes, that guy's dead now.
Richtungsnahme im Gradeschütze. Ich höre, Herr Hauptmann.
BRM 1K. Okay, we actually need to rotate around.
Feind im Nahbereich. Kernte nur kurz ein. Ausrücken, aber wachsam bleiben. Können für schwere
Oh,
Verletzungen
enemy
sorgen.
using their rocket artillery. Okay,
Warten auf neue Befehle, Kommandant.
that was our Leo 2.
Ausweichen.
That for some reason, why did you move in deeper?
Wir wurden
Don't remember that instruction.
ausrücken, aber Feuererlaubnis. Feuererlaubnis.
Okay. Shit.
Die Männer anzuführen. Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Sonny, zu mir. Neuen Einsatzraum. Wird ausgeführt. Ende. Gute Arbeit. Flugabwehr bereit.
Okay.
Rückwärts, rückwärts. Ausweichen.
Well, who is getting to us now? The BTR 55s are interesting. No, we lose the Martyr. But we have so much spam that we can throw at them now that
Feind vernichtet.
you still won't get through us
Bereit für etwas Panzerschrott.
in time to get 900 points now. 10 minutes to go.
Feind aufgeklärt. Erwarten Befehle. Ich höre, Herr Hauptmann.
We don't have a complete release date yet, but
Gebt mir
soon.
Morphium. Feind vernichtet.
Next seaplane down.
Neuer Befehl. Ändere Feind aufgeklärt. Erwarten Befehle. Wohl, Hauptmann.
Oh, shit.
Gesessene Kampfwaffe.
You're deep.
Bruder, Kommandant. Hier rückwärts Marsch. Und zum Feind. Das gehört dazu.
Right, we didn't lose the Leo 186s yet.
Verschossen. Keine Munition
They
mehr.
actually be dope in this matchup.
Brauchen Sie uns, Kamerad.
The Pioniere.
Sind unterwegs. Ende.
You need to get the hell out of there. Yeah, we have just a bit too little supply here.
Befehle. Rückwärts, rückwärts,
But the Carl Gustav really is the big differentiator between us and them. We have a good AT launcher. They don't.
Bravo 1, hier Bravo. Feind gesichtet.
We have a Fachlehrergruppe here. I guess we did, but it's not there anymore.
Ja, dort. Auftretenden Feind selbstständig. Danny! Wir schaffen es nicht.
Oh, that's the Fachlehrergruppe that should have gone there.
So schnell wie Feind aufgeklärt. Erwarten
Didn't we get a Leo 24 here? Yes, there it is. Coming.
Sonny, zu mir! Wir erwarten Ihre Befehle. Alle Waffen bereit. Feuer! Ein Impfung, Panzerpioniere, einsatzbereit. Feind vernichtet.
Out of ammo.
Geben Sie uns einfach einen Befehl.
54s are completely stuck there, basically.
Wurde getroffen! Hier Jaguar, kampfbereit. Ladeschütze, ummunitionieren im Bereitschaftsbunker. An alle Einheiten. Feind
This Jaguar needs to move out. We have more Leo 2A4s.
Was sind Ihre Befehle? Den hat's erwischt. Los, zieh den Arsch ein, Günther! Sollen wir irgendwo einsickern? Rückwärts, Marsch! Und los, Männer, Beilung! Wir schaffen es nicht! Bravo 1, hier Bravo!
Yeah, those leaders are not gonna go in there.
Sie uns oder gehen Sie aus dem Weg! Erlegen die Befehlsstelle! Radiocheck, hören Sie klar und deutlich. Es hat den Fahrer im Ausweichen!
We're just not hitting them. Okay. Finally.
Feind auf Heimatschutz, bereit! Marschpause!
Okay, good hits.
Dani! Dran, der Fuß buskert immer. Feind aufgeklärt.
AT-jams from everywhere.
Geben Sie uns einfach einen Befehl.
48s, let's move.
Ich wurde getroffen. So eine Scheiße, ich wurde getroffen.
At least the really early issue with instructors that they buffed each other, like that two instructors each buffed each other by one level as well. At least that part is not in the game anymore, because that would have been completely insane with these divisions.
Wir wollen ausweichen. Infanterie bereit.
Okay, Malutka boys.
Panzerjäger bereit. Feind aufgeklärt.
Yeah, we need to find a way to get another CV card into this deck.
Zu auftretenden Feind selbstständig niederhalten.
For now, we only need to get more CVs around.
Speer zur Stelle. Klar zum Gefecht. KI laden. Feind aufgeklärt. Erwarten Befehl. Ich wurde getroffen. So eine Scheiße, ich wurde getroffen. Fahren Sie fort, Ground Control. Gehe im Tiefanflug rein.
Oh, what? He's
Zu Ihrer Verfügung, Kommandant. Volltreffer.
classic Leo 2 moment there. Just starting to show side armor.
Feind aufgeklärt. Erwarten. Deckung! Infanterie bereit. Der ist hinüber.
Oh,
Ändere Kurs auf 530. Vielen Dank, hier.
he brought a lot of infantry there.
In 3 Wochen sind wir in Leipzig. Wir brauchen Artillerie und los, zieh den Arsch ein, Günther! Feind aufgeklärt. Erwarten Befehle.
Okay, Lars,
Warten auf Feuerkoordinaten.
that is your time to shine. No, exactly there, please.
Ich habe hier das gute Arbeit, Richtschütze. Klar zum Gefecht. KI laden. Loud and clear. Gehe im Tiefer Winchester. Fliegen
And these are quicker reloading now. Is nice as well.
494. Voll aufmunitioniert. Gestartet. Ende. Feind aufgeklärt. Erwarten Befehle.
Let's go, Lars.
Wirkung im Ziel.
With the quick reload time, the Lars actually really... A quick reload and aim time, the Lars might be worthwhile to bring. I like, especially in divisions where you can get 2 of them. As I said before, I think those kind of units are best in 2 pairs.
Ziele wurden zerschlagen. Ducken dich. Wir greifen ab.
Yeah. He shot side armor. You noob.
Wo brauchen Sie unsere Feuerkraft? Jetzt aber schnell. Wir haben was abbekommen.
Okay.
Volltreffer. Ziel zerstört. Feind aufgeklärt. Erwarten Befehle.
Leo 1A6. Get me a kill here.
Wo brauchen Sie unsere Feuerkraft? Ladeschütze. Jetzt aber schnell. Hier Alpha. Kampfbereit.
Oh, you missed.
Rückwärts Marsch. Und zum Feind.
How the heck did you miss there? Okay. Your damage is kind of crazy. I mean, yeah, it's a layer 2 gun for 165 points. Yes, the swarm is just running over us now. But we nearly have a reload here already. And we had the early game. Milan 2 here, doing its job. All the reservists beaten. Lol. You have one rocket in each pod. Ah, we lost our tank CV over here. Infantry CV marching forward. These divisions are gonna be kinda crazy. Yeah, both of them I believe are good. Put another Munga in here. Oh no, the tank actually didn't die. Just didn't move it there. 2 minutes remaining. Oh, AT launcher gets the kill. Enemy infantry all gone. Yeah, I believe the Lars is an option. It really chews through supply. Not supply efficient at all. But supply is free, like cost-wise, as long as you can sell it. So only the question is, can you afford the amount of supply that it eats in your deck? I feel like in second, especially in 6 Panzer Grenadier, you absolutely can. So especially in 6, I believe it is a really good setup. But yeah, this division is crazy. What won us the game was the move over here. Like, he had us under pressure in the middle, and then we got a really good flanking movement there with the Instructor charge, and he just needed a lot to stop us there. I only have 2 in this one. Like, I always ping pong around between 2 or 3 depending on the decks. So yeah. Yeah, this is the better deck for 1v1. Yep, last worked. Work. Leo 240 also worked. But last did play a part in this as well, stunning down the enemy there. Really happy with the Lars efficiency. I guess even in this division you maybe could work with a leader in 2 of them. Like, really, the dream is 2 Lars on 2 vet, but 2 Lars on 1 vet already good enough, I guess. 2 Lars on 1 vet are already good enough. Yeah. Divisions are pretty good for 1v1, yeah. I think they're really good for 1v1. And I believe they're good for team games as well. Okay, Fuzzy Monk, is it named Fuzzy Monk as well? What is the name of your account again? Thanks for the heads up. And yeah, with that said, guys, we're gonna end it here for today. We might gonna cast some more tournament games tomorrow, and I obviously will have the video out about. Yeah, I will also have to the video about the patch out tomorrow on YouTube. Everybody wants that to have that in a concise form. And one more thing though, Warner League Season 7 with this patch and so on, guys. I hope you all, with the new season also starting for the ranked and so on, I hope you all are back for the grind as well, because Warner League Season 7 is back for the grind as well. So let's go around for that. Hope to see you all signing up. Yeah, we still have some slots open. I will actually figure out how many we have open after the stream. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye bye, and have a great day.